Hey guys, welcome back. So today is Tuesday, October 3rd. I'm going to be starting a new reading vlog for one of my Vlogtober videos. This probably won't be coming out for like a week or so. But today I'm going to be doing a 24-hour reading vlog. I haven't actually done one of these yet. I've done like weekend reading vlogs and just like your typical reading vlog. But I've never done like a set amount of time like this. So I'm excited to give it a shot. I'm only going to be doing one book within the 24 hours. Work has been really busy lately between my normal job and my like virtual assistant job. So there's a lot going on, so it's hard for me to try to read multiple books in a video like this. So I'm only going to be reading one book. The book that I'm going to be reading is perfect for this time of year. I'm going to be reading the HEX by İṛsᴛᴜ. I'm not sure what this is about, but I've heard good things about it. I believe there's a sequel as well, so maybe I'll do another 24-hour reading vlog with the sequel. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. I think the witchy vibes will be perfect for this. The last witchy book I read was Not the Witch Who HEX, and I thought it was just okay. I didn't love it. So I'm hoping this will be better. As you can see, I have a physical copy of it, so hopefully I'll be able to dive right in, and it'll pull me right in, and I will get through it fairly quickly. It has about 300 pages, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, so it has about 308 pages, so not terrible. I think I should be able to finish it fairly quickly. If for some reason I do finish it before the 24 hours, then maybe I will then jump into another book, but I'm not going to try to do two books at the same time. I'm not doing like a consecutive 24 hours. Where, like, for example, I'm starting today at 11 a.m. and reading until 11 a.m. tomorrow, because with how busy work is and everything, I can't sit down and read for 24 hours straight or for like a very long period of time at one time. So it's going to be like cumulatively 24 hours. So I'm basically going to set a timer, see how long I can read for right now, and then I'll keep doing that until I have a total of 24 hours. So we'll see how long that actually ends up being. But yeah, I'm excited to give this a try. Like I said, it'll be perfect for this time of year. I have some coffee here with me and my, if you can see it, my summer ween little tank top on. So I am all set to good. I'm going to set and good to go. I'm going to put on like a Halloween themed like ASMR video to have playing in the background. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this, and I will let you guys know how far I get into it and what I think. So I am about 10 pages in to the HEX. I just finished the prologue. So the book starts out with Vivi, who is the main character, who is a witch. She comes from a witch family, a coven, and she has had her heart broken by a man who they call a witch boy. So apparently, I think usually male witches are considered like wizards or warlocks, but I guess in this book they are called witches still. And he comes from like this long line of witches, and his family is very powerful and like rich. But he lives in Wales and she lives in Georgia. He was in Georgia for the summer and they dated. Turns out that he had a fiance or was being like betrothed or had like an arranged marriage back at home, and he never told her. So when she found out, they broke up, and her cousin drunkenly did what they thought was a fake hex, but it turns out that they did actually curse him. It seems like that's what's gonna happen. She assumed that the curse was fake, but it actually turns out that it was real. So now chapter 1 goes 9 years later, so I'm assuming that they're gonna come back together, and she's having to deal with the effects of her own curse. So far it's cute. I'm liking it more than I liked the previous book that I read. So yeah, hopefully it'll be good. I have to get back to work, so I won't be reading much right now, but I'll pick it back up probably around lunchtime. So I will check back in with you guys then. Good morning, guys. So I am having some coffee out of my summer-ween mug this morning. As you saw, I entered my reading time for the HEX. Yesterday, I ended up doing 3 reading sessions for a total of 2 hours and 7 minutes for yesterday. So I still have about a little bit less than 22 hours left for my reading vlog. I am 40% into the book. I did end up listening to part of it on audiobook. I did some knitting last night and just put it on via audiobook. So I'm not sure if I'll end up doing that again today. But right now I do have the physical book that I'm going to jump back into, get some more reading done, and then maybe I'll put the audiobook on while I work. We'll see. So if I can finish this fairly quickly through the audiobook, then maybe I will go ahead and pick another book. Maybe I'll see if I can get the sequel, and I'll read the sequel in this 24 reading vlog as well. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer now and get to reading. So actually, I guess I should do a little update of how the book's going. So far I'm liking it. So I was correct. The HEX that Vivi and Gwen did on Reese ended up kind of backfiring, but not in the way she intended. So it's now 9 years later, and the HEX like never went into effect. But now Reese is back in their small town called Graves Glen, I believe. He's back in their small town for their Founders Day event, and he has to go and like charge their ley lines, which is like the source of the magic in like the town in that part of the world. It controls a lot of the magic, and it's like the source of the magic. So he has to go and charge it because his family like founded the town, and they're the ones who brought magic to that area. So he's the one chosen from his family to go and do this. And so as soon as he steps foot back in town, that is when the curse is enacted. I had a feeling that the curse was going to come back and not only affect Reese, but also affect Vivi, which is what's happening. The curse didn't take effect until he was back in the town. So now he's having all sorts of bad luck. His magic is on the fritz and doesn't really work the way it's supposed to. Neither is Vivi's. She's affecting herself as well. And it's affecting everything else in the town. Things are becoming like animated, like things that are inanimate are becoming animated. There's like cracks all over the place. Magic flowed from the cave where the ley lines are out into the town. So now they're kind of dealing with the repercussions of cursing Reese. Also, I'm assuming that Vivi's going to end up being a more powerful witch than what she thinks she is, or what we're kind of being led to believe right now. Because Reese's dad, Simon, is like adamant that it is impossible for a male of their family or a witch in their family to be cursed. Like they're too powerful to be cursed. Like there's too much magic in their bloodline for them to be cursed, and no one in their but apparently that hasn't extended to Reese because Reese has now been cursed. So he's going to have to let his dad know. So I'm interested to see. I'm sure the dad will blame him and try to say that his magic isn't strong enough, and that's why he was able to be cursed. But really, I think it's that Vivi is actually stronger than what they think. Which would be interesting because the dad kind of puts her down and says that she's not strong because she was raised. This book does have quite a few like Harry Potter references. She was essentially raised like a muggle. She didn't know she was a witch until she was older. And her mom basically tried to hide magic and hide the fact that she had these powers. And then it wasn't until after like her mom passed away that she found out the truth. So Simon's dad is kind of like a Lucius Malfoy kind of, who thinks that bloodlines are all that matter, and you know that certain people should have magic and certain people shouldn't, and looks down on Vivi because she didn't do magic her whole life, and doesn't have the bloodline that they do. So I'm interested to see where it's gonna go. There's definitely still some tension between Vivi and Reese, so I'm excited to see how that is gonna work. I'm not sure if this is gonna be one of those series where like this book will focus on Vivi and Reese, and then the next book will probably focus on Gwen and whoever's going to end up being her love interest. Right now, Gwen is, I'm not sure if she's gay or if she's bi, but she's in a relationship with the town mayor, who is a woman. And so I'm not sure if those two will be the focus of the second book, or if Gwen's going to end up with someone else, if they'll end up being someone else involved. The way these books usually go, I'm going to say that Gwen may end up being involved with one of Reese's brothers. He does have 2 other brothers, I think. And one is like a grumpy, like bartender, bar owner. So maybe he's going to end up being her love interest. I'm not sure. We'll see. So yeah, I'm like 41% in. So I'm doing pretty good. So I'm doing pretty good already. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I have my ambient music in the background. I'm going to get to reading, and I will check back in a little bit.
The moment his lips met hers, Vivi realized, chapter 16. Livy had never been in the Witchery department before, and she was surprised to see it was a lot like the regular buildings on campus, just nicer. The floors were marble instead of linoleum, the walls wallpapered in a dark green damask pattern, and the chairs in Dr. Arbuthnot's office were velvet instead of the hard plastic and polyester Vivi's office featured. But the office was still small, there was still only one window, and as Dr. Arbuthnot passed Vivi a cup of tea, she noticed a stack of papers at the edge of the desk.
So it is 8:20 now, and I've officially finished the XX. So I am 4 hours and 25 minutes into my 24 hours. So I finished this. I liked it. It was good. It was cute. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I think what kept it from being a 4-star for me was at the end, I felt like was resolved a little bit too quickly and too easily. The big, like the big problem at the end of the book was resolved pretty easily within like a chapter, and the chapters in this book were really short, which I do like. I prefer shorter chapters. The romance was cute. There was a few spicy scenes that were good. I liked the banter between the family members. I like that they're kind of a coven of women, like the family unit is all women. There was this kind of reveal at the end that I kind of saw coming. I did like that there wasn't the usual like miscommunication, big love fight between the two main characters. I hate when that happens in romances and like contemporary romances, and I know that's a thing. You know, there's always some kind of misunderstanding, assumptions made, whatever, at the end, or, you know, kind of like 80% into the book or whatever, and they break up to then eventually come back together. This didn't have that, which I liked, and they all kind of did go their own separate ways, but like mutually, they didn't have to have an argument about it. There wasn't a misunderstanding. There wasn't like assumptions made. They both handled it like adults and just kind of agreed that this had been like, not a fling, because they did have feelings for each other, but this was temporary, that they knew that Reese needed to be in Wales and Vivi needed to stay in Georgia, and it just wasn't going to work out together. And so they came to this mutual decision. There was no arguing, no fighting, no name calling, no nothing like that. They're very mature about it, which I did like. Like I said, the biggest thing that I didn't like was just how quickly everything was resolved. I consider there is a second book, so I'm assuming it's going to be about the cousin Gwen and her like love life, because they did allude to her and her girlfriend kind of breaking up. So I'm assuming it's going to be about her. As you saw in the clip before, I did already download it, so I'm going to continue reading that for the rest of this 24-hour, or for the continuation, I guess, of this 24-hour reading vlog. If I finish that one as quickly as I finish this one, and I did get the audiobook of it, so I probably will finish it really quickly, then I'll move on to the next book. So we'll see how many books I actually end up getting through in this vlog. So yeah, that is book 1. I'm going to turn the camera around because I did a little something that I want to show you guys. So as you saw, I do have like a timer going where I'm keeping track on my phone, but I am like a visual person and I needed to see it visually. So I wrote everything out here. This is how much I read yesterday, how much I read today, the total amount of time when I finished, and this is how much I have left going into the next book. So the next book is going to be The Kiss Curse. We'll see how many books I finish there. I highly doubt it's going to take me 19 hours to finish it, so I'll probably be going into a 3rd book for this. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out. I've never done this kind of vlog before, so I'm intrigued to see how this goes for the first time. And yeah, so I will pick this back up tomorrow when I start the Kiss Curse. Hey guys, welcome back. So I have officially finished my 24-hour reading vlog. I finished The Kiss Curse earlier today. It is several days later. It took me a little while to get through the 24 hours. One of the reasons why it took so long is this little guy. We got a new puppy. If you see my weekly vlogs, you will see him in them, and you'll see when we got him and everything. So the last few days have been crazy. We've had him for about a week now, or just shy a week, like 5 days. So having a new puppy in the house has been crazy, and just a huge adjustment and everything, so I haven't been able to read as much. But I did finally get my 24 hours done, and I finished The Kiss Curse, and I really liked it. I actually think I liked this one better than the first one. I did really like the HEX. I thought it was cute, but I think I liked the second book more. I really like Gwen and Wells. I love their relationship and kind of their back and forth. I did like that Vivi and Reese had like the pre-existing like history between them when the book started. So they kind of, it wasn't like a love at first sight or instant love type thing. And Reese and Gwen had that as well. You know, they had this previous encounter together when they were in college. So I really enjoyed that about both books. I loved the witchy aspects to both of them. Both of them had the romance aspect, but also a little bit of like a mystery vibe as well. Kind of figuring out what was going on in their town. I love the small town vibes. So yeah, I really liked both of these. I had a good time with this vlog, so I think I'll probably end up doing another one of these at some point. But yeah, that is it. But yeah, that is it for now. Thank you for following along on this 24-hour reading vlog, and I will catch you guys in the next one.